Hey everyone, feeper here, back with another video for you. So this is the post-game analysis for our third game of our multi-battles draft league, which was versus the Global Gargoyle Gang. If you have watched the actual video for this, you know that basically our entire plan was centered around Corrosive Gas, Tailwind, Drifloom turn 1. And needless to say, nothing really went to plan. According to plan, everything kind of fell apart after turn 1. But that's okay. We still had a good time. So let's hop into the game here. So they lead Indeedee Hawlucha, and we lead Drifloom Gengar. I, for some reason, wasn't expecting this lead, even though it made a lot of sense. I was really expecting them to have Grassy Seed Hawlucha to try and take advantage of our Rillaboom terrain, but I kind of forgot that they had Indeedee, so it makes sense to just do Psychic Seed, and then there's no way we can outspeed Unburden Hawlucha with Drifloom. So that really kind of puts a hole in our lead, and we should have expected Taunt. I don't know why we didn't. Right now we're thinking that they want to Expanding Force and then attack with Hawlucha. We didn't really consider the Taunt, so we decided to attack with Gengar, or did we protect? I think we protected with Gengar this turn and went for Tailwind, except Hawlucha taunts, and then they go for Expanding Force. Yeah, so Gengar protects. Decent play, because we know they're going to go for Expanding Force. And then the Taunt, yeah, that really kind of ruins our plan, because now we can't Tailwind. And our whole plan was to kind of get rid of their items. But we don't even, at this point, we don't really need to worry about getting rid of Indeedee's item. It's not really a problem. So Drifloom takes about half of its HP. So at this point, we're kind of like, well, do we just sack it? We could swap in Rillaboom to reset the terrain, which would be pretty strong. In this turn, we decide to switch in Rillaboom to reset terrain, so Expanding Force is only a 1 target, and Dazzling Gleam to hopefully kill the Hawlucha, because it's not very bulky. We're kind of just trying to get our momentum back, because right now momentum's pretty strongly in their favor with how much damage they did to Drifloom. And it's probably Focus Sash and Indeedee as well, which Dazzling Gleam can help cover. Now we do turn off. I swear we get the luckiest Curse Body procs. I haven't seen Curse Body proc more on a Gengar than it has with us. Rillaboom takes about 40% with the non-boosted, so it's definitely a max special attack Indeedee. Now we can fake out into the Hawlucha. We do still have Cobra Berry, so Hawlucha can't kill Rillaboom this turn no matter what. His Acrobatics won't do enough damage. We could also Grassy Glide in that spot right now. I'm trying to see what switch-ins they have. They have Tangela, Bisharp, and Dragargle. So I'm thinking maybe it's better to just Grassy Glide, because it'll do more damage than Fake Out. And either way, we either kill the Hawlucha, or unless it has Quick Attack, but that's pretty unlikely. Now I can't remember what Gengar decided to do this turn. He could protect again, but I believe they switch Indeedee out. So we switch out Gengar. We send in Licky, which, needless to say, I think we are gonna be dropping. Poor Licky, but we do take out the Hawlucha. So first kill goes in our favor, which is strong. But oh, that's right, they go for Trick Room, which is actually a really good play. So now they can bring in Dragalge for free. And Bisharp's also not super fast, so that's pretty threatening. Of course, we do have Grassy Glide priority. So, and we have Licky in, so it's not a huge deal that we're in Trick Room right now. The problem is we don't really have a way through Dragalge. We didn't really account for that. This week, we didn't really prep very well, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. But I know they're going to go for a Max Ooze into Rillaboom. It just makes the most sense. So I'm thinking we just maybe sack Drifloom, because it's not going to do anything. Save the terrain control. And then we can get Dreadnought in for free. And click Max Quake. So that's kind of our game plan right now, because we know Max Ooze is going into Rillaboom. There's no reason for them to do anything else. And then we're just deciding if we want to sub or Swords Dance on Licky. I think it would have been better to sub, but I think they actually attack Licky. And we wouldn't have been able to sub, if I recall correctly. I can't remember now. Because with leftovers and grassy terrain, we have a decent amount of recovery, so we can sub fairly freely here. And of course, we're in Trick Room, so we're the second fastest thing right now. We send out Drifblim. I think it was actually Aftermath Drifblim too. Wait, no, it wasn't. Oh, it wasn't Burden, because the idea was to get rid of our item. Duh. All right, they send in Comfy, so we know it's Weakness Policy Dragon, or Drugology, but I actually think it turns out to be Life Orb. And I think the reason they brought Comfy was because they don't really care if grassy terrain comes up, because now they have boosted floral healing, which is kind of problematic. So yeah, Maxus comes out. Drifblim goes down. Actually, Drifblim hangs on, which is kind of problematic. I guess it helps us stall another turn of their max, but it's also kind of a problem. So yeah, it is Life Orb, and then they have +1. Oh, that's right, we go for knockoff. So we do get rid of the Life Orb, which is actually pretty huge. So I don't mind that turn for us. I think Drifblim going down there would actually might have been better, but now I'm just thinking I might as well just Will-O-Wisp into something just to get extra chip damage from a burn. There's no real reason to... It's either that or I Shadow Ball. And I figure Will-O-Wisp, the passive damage from Will-O-Wisp might be a bit more beneficial than just damage from Shadow Ball, considering they have Comfy out. And they can just, grassy terrain boosted floral healing. I think this turn we sub and they max Wormwind us. Or no, we Swords Dance and they max Wormwind. I think maybe subbing would have been better. But we're concerned about them attacking into... Because we think, okay, Draining Kiss into Drifblim and then an attack into Licky. But they actually double the Licky. Or no, they max Wormwind into Drifblim. I guess they might have been expecting a switch. I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe they weren't confident that Giga Drain would have killed. But at that HP and grassy terrain boost, Giga Drain definitely would have killed. So we're at -1, and then we Swords Dance, so we're back to +1. Not that Licky's going to do anything with, with that. Bringing Licky like he was definitely pretty troll. But he is pretty healthy still between the terrains. Now, this is the turn where we really messed up. We should, they just used Giga Drain. And we're a 4 times weak to grass. And for whatever reason, we just don't max guard. There was no reason to not max guard here on Dreadnought. I really don't I was like, oh, we can just get a weakness policy boost in Max Quake, except for the fact that it's a grassy terrain boosted Giga Drain. They do end up critting us, but I honestly don't think the crit mattered. I guess I could run that calc. But I highly, highly doubt that mattered. Let's see. Dreadnought versus Comfy. Nope, that's Combuskin. Not the same thing. Grassy terrain. I think we were like Giga Drain. Oh. Wait, what? This is saying even a crit. Let's see. What if we're modest? Okay, so maybe the crit did matter, actually. I can't remember what our Dreadnought spread was. Let's see, it's 364 HP. There it is. You hate to see it. Okay, so crit's a guaranteed OCO. And otherwise it's a 2-hit. Okay, so I guess the crit did matter. But also, it's pretty hilarious. And at this point, we're like, well, we don't win. And then that does a ton of damage. So at this point, the game is 100% over. If there was no grassy terrain, it's still a 2-hit KO. But a crit that's still a 2-hit KO. So we definitely should have just max guarded. Or even protected and saved the turn of our max. But I think max guard is the safest play there. We just weren't thinking about, even though they just used Giga Drain, I just wasn't thinking about it. I was like, oh, we can just get a free weakness policy boost, and yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. So at this point, we're just thinking about like what we should have done, which was max guarding and crying. I think there's also only one turn of Trick Room left, so we could have like max watered or max geysered, and then we could have gotten Swift Swim up. Although I guess we're faster than pretty much everything they have out now right now anyways. Once Trick Room's over after this turn, and then we just max Quake twice into Dragology. Or I guess with Comfy that makes it kind of difficult. But I guess we could have killed Comfy, because Dragology isn't really doing a ton to Dreadnought since we resist poison. And if we send out Clefairy, then they can't really, they have to fear a Follow Me if they Draco Meteor. So this game definitely would have been a lot, maybe not a lot different, but we definitely would have had a chance to win had we max guarded. Unfortunately, Rule of Him goes down. Not that it really matters. Moonblast does actually nothing, and then Trick Room's over. So we definitely could have played this better, but we just weren't paying attention to Grassy Terrain and Trick Room turns, and respecting Comfy for some reason. So unfortunate, but it happens. It's hard to say if that max guard would have won us the game. It would have been at least closer, because then we could have, done something. But oh, interesting. Our Clefairy's faster than their Indeedee. Get that hot special attack drop. And then I think this just OHKOs us with the boost. Yeah. Even without Life Orb. Wow, that's actually... we weren't max special defense. We were max physical, I think. And then they set up Trick Room again. And I think that's the game, right? Or do we have one more Pokemon? Oh, I guess we have one more. Who was our last? I literally don't remember anything about this game. Oh, right. We still had Gengar. I forgot. Oh, poor Gengar in Trick Room. Oh, well. But that's going to be it for game 2. I'll just kind of let this play out to the end. You guys already know how it happened. But I think our biggest mistake was just for some reason not respecting Comfy. Also, I don't think that was BM with the fake out. I think they just wanted their Dragology to get the kill. Although I guess Dragology's faster in Trick Room anyways, so maybe the fake out was BM, but whatever. You win some, you lose some. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and Game 4 will be up soon. Game 4 is a little bit more interesting. Then I'm actually recording this analysis after we played the next game, because our schedule got kind of weird with this one being super late in the week, and then technically we were like in the next week when we actually played this game. So Game 4 is already recorded, but Game 4 is definitely a little bit more interesting than this one. So be on the lookout for that, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you all in the next one.